Alright, we're going to jump back into our videos with the Government Review Part 2, the Executive Branch, and make sure you notice the red writing where it says the largest of the three branches of government. Again, we got our initial title slide that talks about the list of three branches of government: legislative, executive, judicial. And this video is going to talk all about the executive branch and everything you need to know. The executive branch, of course, the governor is the leader or the head of the branch, and his name currently is Nathan Deal. He is our current governor, and we're going to talk about the duties or job of the governor. Can anybody tell me kind of the duties or job of the governor? Well, if you can't, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. His main job is to enforce state laws and to manage the state budget. Remember, this word budget can appear in different terms: budgetary or budgetary recommendations, all that kind of thing. All those types of things you can see his duties. The powers of the governor: he has the veto power. In other words, he can say the legislative branch can pass a bill, send it to the governor for veto, or for him to sign it. He can veto it or say, no, I'm not going to go along with this. And he can also call up the state military, which is our Georgia National Guard. And real quick, talk about the qualifications to run. You have to be at least 30 years old, United States citizen for 15 years, a Georgia resident for 6, and you are limited to a 2-term limit. Remember, as a governor, 1 term equals 4 years. Moving right along, the executive branch. The lieutenant governor, we know, is second in command. He has the same qualifications as the governor, because if something were to happen to the governor, the lieutenant governor can take over. Now, the lieutenant governor is also president of the blank, the House or the Senate. Give you a second. I think I heard somebody yell out the word Senate, so maybe they watched the previous video. The lieutenant governor is president of the Senate. And why do you think I have this ticket here? Well, we talked about that sometimes our governor and lieutenant governor can kind of be political opponents because they run on different tickets. People vote separately for each one of them. If I like Casey Cagle, who's a Republican, I could vote for whoever I wanted to, even though they might be a different political party. So make sure you understand that they do run on different tickets. Next, inside the executive branch of our state government are all of these different departments: Department of Agriculture, Department of Labor, Defense, Education. That's what makes the executive branch the largest, because everybody that works in the Department of Education, from the state school board to the state school superintendent, all of those people fall under the executive branch. So it is the largest of the three branches of government. Now we're going to throw up a couple of questions to see, to make sure that you watched the video. So take a minute. In which department of the executive branch would Georgia voters most likely be able to make a change? And I'm going to let you think about that for just a minute. All right, the department of the executive branch that Georgia voters most likely would be able to make a change would be in the Department of Labor. That deals with the hourly wage and that kind of thing. So the Department of Labor would probably be the most likely area to make a change by the voters. Next, Georgia's governor, that should say and. Thanks for catching that. Georgia's governor and lieutenant governor are sometimes said to be political opponents. Which statement best which statement below best explains why the governor and lieutenant governor might be political opponents? And I'll give you just a few seconds. And if you chose answer D, the governor and lieutenant governor do not run on the same ticket, would be a reason why they might be seen as political opponents. You are correct. Next question. The governor of Georgia. I'll give you a few seconds. The governor of Georgia, and if you chose A, has the power to veto bills passed in the General Assembly, you are correct. To be elected lieutenant governor of Georgia, how old does a candidate have to be? Lieutenant governor. And the correct answer is 30, letter D. You have to be at least 30 to run for governor or lieutenant governor. Both of them are the same. And that concludes Government Review Part 2 over the executive branch. So stay tuned for Part 3, in which we will talk about the judicial branch. And if you notice, the music that I'm using is not the best in the world, but it is royalty free. So that means I won't be flagged anymore for trying to incorporate my own music that I bought and paid for into a video where I'm using it to teach Georgia history. Take care.